From Pacelli High School in Austin, Minnesota, we proudly present another edition of High School Girls Basketball. Today, a top 10 showdown in Class A featuring two extremely hungry teams. The Lyle-Pacelli Athletics host the Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs. Lyle-Pacelli number 6 in Class A, Maranatha number 7 in Class A. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for joining us. We normally don't travel this far to cover a high school girls basketball game, but this isn't your usual matchup. Lyle-Pacelli came within a point of reaching the Class A state tournament last year, losing to Goodhue, the eventual champions, and that made this team very hungry. They're led by Kristi Fett, who's a walking double-double, getting some looks at Division I schools. Brooke Walter has already amassed more than 1,000 points, and she's only a junior, could very well hit 2,000. And Abigail Bollingberg, averaging over 13 points off the bench. Lyle-Pacelli not a deep squad, but extremely talented, and that has shown throughout the season. Their losses have come against high-caliber teams in close matchups, including another close game with Goodhue and a tight affair with the defending 2A state champion Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs. Maranatha Christian Academy, you've seen them before, and Chris Bierman, the head coach, figured this team would go through a few more bumps than what fans are accustomed to, and that was the case. They're 13-6, which is nothing to sneeze at, but they've had some unusual losses along the way. They got blown out by Holy Family Catholic, and they also suffered a loss to Minnesota, a team they ran over just a year ago. That being said, Chris Bierman feels this team is starting to come together. Remember, they've had to operate without the dynamic point guard in Elena Jarnot, who graduated and went to Monmouth, but Bierman feels they have found a replacement to take over those reins, and it's Kennedy Burquest. She was slotted into the lineup to accommodate for some injuries that took place that shortened the bench for Maranatha, but since she took over, she has not relinquished her starting spot, providing that team with a sense of leadership that Elena Jarnot provided a year ago. 4 players average double digits in scoring, led by Jaclyn Jarnot, who's a walking double-double herself. Elise Moore stepping up, Sammy Payne, a bastion of consistency for this team, and Kylie Post providing a nice spark of offense. Maranatha, as you know, taking part in a lot of road games this year to help test them for state tournament. As Chris Bierman told me earlier this week, Maranatha looking to devise more ways to win games. That's something he's been working on over the last few years. He feels this team has a reasonable chance of competing for a Class A title after coming close 2 years in a row, but settling for second. We'll have the starting lineups in a moment. You're watching high school girls basketball. And with the conclusion of the Star Spangled Banner, let's take a look at the starting 5 for both schools. For the visiting Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs, a minor change as we talked about in the open. Jaclyn Jarnot, number 1, the junior forward will get the start. Kennedy Burkwest, number 3, the sophomore guard, taking over for Jaclyn Thompson. Kylie Post, number 10, the junior guard. Elise Moore, number 11, the senior forward. And number 15, Semi Payne, the senior forward. Lyle-Pacelli will start. Olivia Christensen, number 4, she's a freshman forward. Bethany Stroke, number 5, the senior forward. Kendall Truckenmiller, number 10, the junior forward. Brooke Walter, number 23, the junior guard. And Kristi Fett, number 50, the junior center. Right now, they are introducing the Little Pals. It is Pal Day here at Pacelli High School in Austin, which neighbors the bigger Austin High School. It's a small gym, as you can see, so we're going to be right in the middle of the action today. Lyle-Pacelli gets really good crowds for home games. They were separate schools, but with Lyle and Pacelli struggling to attain enrollment, they merged a few years ago. Lyle, right on the cusp of the Minnesota-Iowa border, Austin, not too far up north. And Lyle and Maranatha are two schools that admire each other from afar. Maranatha credits the Lyle-Pacelli game last year for saving their season and setting them up for what would be a second-place run in the Class A state tournament. And even though the demographics have changed, when I spoke with Justin Morris, he said the continued success of Lyle-Pacelli, they most recently qualified to state in 2015, galvanizes the Catholic community here. And the kids thrive on it. And with the history of both schools, it adds to the aura of this gym. And right outside, you can see the plethora of trophies and plaques. And as the Maranatha starters get introduced, the confidence is starting to come back. The difference is they know that they can grind out games if they are tired. Conversations are completely different in practice than what they were a year ago. They're more committed to defending multiple positions. Maranatha claimed the regular season Minnesota Christian Athletic Association conference title last night in a runaway win over Spectrum. The Athletics have won their last 7 games. Their last loss came to Goodhue and Cedar Mountain Comfrey. They are right behind Goodhue in Section 1A in the South Division. So Section 1 will likely come down to Lyle or Goodhue, and as we've seen, the southeastern portion of the state has produced a smorgasbord of talented teams. Goodhue, Plainfield, Jamilville, Dover, Iota, and the like. Both schools on the back end of a back-to-back, and both started the front end with blowouts. Lyle Austin Pacelli doing that with Lanesboro, Maranatha doing that with Spectrum last night. Maranatha wearing the road whites, Lyle-Pacelli wearing the green. Maranatha winners of 4 straight and 6 of their last 7. It's about to get noisy. It's about to get loud. Let's amplify the energy. Maranatha wins the tip and will start things off. Or at least that was the plan, but they turn it over. Now, we may have a tougher time than usual seeing things take place because we are right on top of the court here. And the student section coming out, a lot of people we're looking forward to this game. Kristi Fett inside. She's fouled by Sammy Payne. Kristi Fett, a walking double-double, 17 points and 13 rebounds a game. She plays on the same AAU team as Jaclyn Jarnot at the Minnesota Stars. And Justin Moore said she can block and rebound at an elite level. Relatively new to the game, but her presence allows the guards to be active on the perimeter. Fett with a couple of friendly bounces, and that gets us started. Here's Kennedy Berquist to Moore, out to Kylie Post. Kylie having an outstanding year offensively. She tries a long skip, and it's picked off by Bethany Stroud. Pass deflected, but it goes to Olivia Christensen. Truckenmiller. Can't get around the screen set by Fett. And Walter stepped on the line. A turnover on the Athletics. For me, this is a true taste of small school hoops. I've covered Maranatha before, as you know, but they're in the middle of Brooklyn Park and inside a giant church. Elise Moore gets the front end and the back. So both teams a perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line so far. That's a good start. Elise Moore, if you joined us in our last program, a trilingual athlete. Well, hang on, Brooke Walter will fire the three and come up short. In addition to that, Elise Moore also started a recycling program for Maranatha. Kylie Post goes up and didn't have a good angle. Give credit to Kendall Truckenmiller for denying her the opportunity. Walter to Christensen. And that's going to be a foul on Elise Moore. And we've got, I don't know, well, Adam is getting a good shot of this right in front of us. We've got some players in some Blue Man Group style uniforms as Kristi Fett comes up strong there. Jarnot tries the outlet. Elise Moore takes it, goes up, and one! Elise Moore stepping up. Much to the chagrin of the Lyle-Pacelli fans in attendance. Elise Moore averaging 11 points and 9 rebounds a game. She completes a three-point play. She has scored all 5 of Maranatha's points thus far. Moore had a slow start, including a 1-point effort against Matamidi where she fouled out, but she's come on strong since. Walter kicks out. 3 on the way from Truckenmiller. That's off the heel. Rebound is won by the Athletics. And a jump ball. Lyle-Pacelli with the possession arrow. A near capacity crowd. Granted, this is a small gym, so it doesn't take much to fill up the crowd, but that being said, always good to have a full gym no matter what school you go to. Christensen inside to Fett. She kicks out, and I can't quite see who's over at the corner there. That's number 10, Truckenmiller. She goes up and will shoot free throws. Kendall Truckenmiller, the one starter who isn't a focal point, statistically speaking, but a glue kid and can get open opportunities when the attention goes to the other scores. Justin Moore says she knows the system quite well. Lyle-Pacelli splits there, but they get the offensive rebound. Here's Strouff. Strofe. One advantage of having fans right next to you that can help with pronunciations. Here's Brooke Walter. The bounce pass. Over to Truckenmiller. Christensen in trouble. Sammy Payne with the steal. Sammy Payne, the youngest of the Payne sisters, tried to pull up and was blocked by Strofe. Jaclyn Jarnot, bullseye. And the Mustangs take an early 8-3 lead. Here comes the full court press. That's something Maranatha likes to apply. They become more defensively sound in Chris Bjorman's tenure. Christensen faked the three. Doesn't see a lane and will back off. JV team won a long but intense game, 49-45. The Lyle-Pacelli JV team, that is. Kennedy Burquest forcing the jump. Maranatha with the arrow this time. And here comes Abigail Bollingberg. She averages 13 off the bench. Look out for this kid. Jarnot to Payne, mid-range, short, and she draws the foul on Fett. Sammy Payne. We'll have a chance at two here. Sammy Payne. Well, we're going to have more free throws because a technical foul has been called on the Lyle-Pacelli bench. So more free throws will come. So Sammy Payne will go to the line, and she will shoot the technicals. So a bevy of free throws coming for the senior. Sammy Payne, in the words of Chris Bjorman, as Payne makes both free throws on the technical side of it, one of the most consistent players. You may not see it on the tape, but she's willing to fill the gaps. So now she'll get two more free throws, and Maranatha will also get possession. Experience, length, and maturity is what she brings. She's comfortable with who she is. And she makes 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Something that she had to overcome early in her life. She lost her mother to cancer and wasn't sure if she remembered her mother through her own memories or through photos and other images and the like. Kylie Post missing the 3, but Chris Bjorman told me Sammy Payne has forged her identity through the challenge that she's had to overcome. She's very tight-knit with her sisters and has never lost a conference game. She and Elise Moore are the only 2 players with that distinction since Chris Bjorman took over. So Maranatha extends her lead to 8. Truckenmiller can't close on it. And I have not been at a gym this loud in quite some time. The student section has refused to take a seat, which is not surprising. The rest of us, all our legs aren't that strong anymore. Kylie Post. That's an offensive foul. Bethany Strofe takes the charge. And let's see if that gives Lyle-Pacelli a boost. Strofe, a 4-year starter, the only senior in the starting group this year. 11-3 in favor of Maranatha, the 2-time runner-up in Class A. Foul and free throws coming for Brooke Walter. Lyle-Pacelli reached the semifinals in 2015. Walter, as we noted, a 1,000-point scorer in her sophomore season. She's been the starting point guard since 7th grade, and now the calming presence that can distribute or score, in the words of Justin Morris, and she'll want to erase that memory of that free throw. You don't see that often. Brooke's older sister, Courtney, is the 2nd highest scorer in school history. The first with someone you may remember from last year, Sarah Holtz. She made the All-Star Series. Semi Payne makes the three-pointer. And Justin Morris is going to call a timeout. The Mustangs, on a fast and furious start, they hold a 14-4 lead over the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. Trying to figure out what that noise is. In any event, Maranatha, the reason why they came across some unusual results, the Holy Family blowout and the loss to Minnesota, they gave up huge leads early and couldn't come back. And the game against Red Lake, a game that I covered on PrepSpotlight.tv, they were up by 13, lost in overtime. And they were outmatched in physicality by the Red Lake Warriors, including Grace White. Now they're initiating their offense more effectively, and the kids have gone through a schedule that for Chris Bierman reminded him of the days in the Northwest Suburban. In Class A, you don't always get that. And in conference play, Maranatha, they get some challenges from Southwest Christian and Lester Prairie Holy Trinity, but it's nothing like the Northwest Suburban. And Chris Bierman, much like Larry McKenzie does at Minneapolis North, wants to schedule high-caliber opponents. Their schedule started with Holy Angels and Maranatha. And here they come on transition. It's Jaclyn Jarnot. Maranatha up by 12. I don't think anyone expected this. Walter kicks out. 3 on the way. Bullseye. Abigail Bollingberg. Like we said, look out for this kid. She averages 13 off the bench. And if she finds her stroke, that could be what Lyle-Pacelli needs. Kayla Jo Davis misses the runner. Another chance for Lyle-Pacelli to recapture the momentum. This is number 1, Caitlin Roberts. Bollingberg, the drive is too strong. Rebound and going to the line is Stroh. Another element to monitor will be depth. Maranatha not afraid to sub early and often. Lyle-Pacelli only goes about 7 deep. A lot of folks, however, thought this Lyle-Pacelli team would struggle without the leadership of Sarah Holtz as Stroke gets on the board. But Justin Morris sensing the talent with his young group. Jaclyn Jarnot through the hole and in. Jaclyn reached 1,000 career points at the Matamidi game, and last night surpassed the 1,000 rebound plateau in the win over Spectrum. Kayla Jo Davis will be called for the foul against Bollingberg. Now here's an example of how dynamic Bollingberg is. She had 32 points in the win over Randolph. Developed her offensive game on the AAU circuit over the last couple of summers. She's an unorthodox scorer, but boy, can she put up points. However, Lyle-Pacelli's struggling a bit from the free throw line. Bollingberg embracing her role. I imagine she'll be starting next season. So Lyle-Pacelli just 6 of 10, but they apply the pressure, and it results in a turnover. Truckenmiller scoops it up. Lyle-Pacelli almost loses control, but they recover. Walter looking to go inside. Can't make it happen. Bollingberg. Her drive was deflected. I believe Jasmine Thompson got a hand on it. It will stay with the Athletics. .11:41 left in the first half. Jaclyn Jarnot steals the inbound pass. Maranatha looking to run. Kayla Jo Davis turns on the accelerator, goes to post. A textbook fast break play. And the Mustang fans bringing the noise. A lot of parents made the 2-hour trek to support their kids. Mustangs up 20-9. 3 on the way. Walter can't put it down. Another 3. This one's strong. And without Fett available, who is in early foul trouble, I imagine, Maranatha taking advantage down low. Jaclyn Thompson sinks the 3. Longtime fans may recall Jaclyn Thompson's heroics last year, getting a put-back basket in the closing seconds of overtime to knock off Mountain Iron Buell in the semifinal round at state. Bethany Stroud gets her first field goal, but it's Maranatha on a surge early. We have a collision, and a foul is called. And it goes against Jaclyn Jarnot for the push. 23-11 our score with 10:34 left in the first half. Chris Bierman getting an explanation from the officials. As we said, these two coaches have admired each other from afar. Justin Morris appreciative that Maranatha would be willing to make a trip down here to face a top-tier Class A school. And Maranatha, crediting Lyle-Pacelli, was saving their season a year ago. Not that they were in any sort of trouble, but Chris Bierman backing off. And what the discussion is, Maranatha in the penalty, the discussion is whether that was offensive or a loose ball foul. The officials rule that it was a team control foul, so not a loose ball situation. Had it been a loose ball foul, Lyle-Pacelli would go to the line. In any case, they have the ball. So that's why action paused momentarily. Strofe open, and she's tripped up by Thompson. That will be free throws. And here comes Sophia Montgomery, the team's defensive stopper and diehard Minnesota Lynx fan. 1-1 for the Athletics. And Strofe knocks it down. Strofe may not fill up the stat sheet, although she is getting 10 points and 8 rebounds, but another glue kid, in the words of Justin Morris. And Strofe knocks them both. And that's an opportunity for the Athletics to close in. And an unforced error on the Mustangs. Brianna Smestad called for traveling. Walter kicks out. Bollingberg goes up, comes up short. Rebound Montgomery. Montgomery tore ligaments in her foot, and a double dribble. Smestad hesitated briefly, and back-to-back turnovers for the transfer. But to finish up on Montgomery, she tore ligaments in her foot, was able to muscle through the Class A state tournament, and here comes Kristi Fett, Elise Moore going in for the Mustangs. Montgomery, Moore, and a lot of other Maranatha students will be taking part in the annual mission trip to Zacatecas, Mexico. Olivia Christensen takes it to the rack and draws a foul. Now, Maranatha's depth comes in handy in the sense that it helps their players avoid foul trouble. However, with 9:53 left and Lyle-Pacelli in the double bonus, this could allow the Athletics to reel in the margin. Olivia Christensen missing the front end there. Sammy Payne will go back in for the Mustangs. Lyle-Pacelli blanks. Bollingberg had a couple of cracks at it, couldn't put it in. Maranatha losing their composure a little bit offensively. And Class A hoops can be unpredictable like that. Moore called for the foul. She's a little surprised by it because she didn't necessarily move. I'm a little perplexed by that myself, but Abigail Bollingberg will go to the line for 2. It's just the second foul on Elise Moore. Athletics 8 of 14 though from the free throw line. There's someone who can help correct that percentage. Splits though. Post, lost it. Didn't see anyone coming from behind. Christensen backs off. 3 on the way. Yes! Caitlin Roberts knocks it down. Does get the hand on it, and a foul is called on Bollingberg. Lyle-Pacelli still with 2 to give. So, not much to worry about there. But the Athletics have reeled in what was a 12-point deficit down to 6. Like we said, Maranatha can be a little up and down in that respect. Pass deflected. Another steal. It's Roberts this time. Walter goes through the hole. Jarnot got the block. They swing out. 3 on the way. Roberts can't knock it down. This place would have exploded had she put it in. Maranatha draws a foul, tried to push, didn't pan out, but that is the last foul to give for the Athletics. And remember, they don't go as deep as the Mustangs do, so the fouls are more critical for the Athletics. Jarnot lobs it, finds Payne. Pair of 6 feet post players. Jarnot fires the 3 off the mark. The rebound goes into the hands of Strofe. Strofe goes baseline. Elise Moore has to be careful with the 2 fouls. Strofe throws up a wild one. Comes up with it though. And a charging foul is called on Bollingberg. Walter, I should say. And Elise Moore is adept at taking charges. Team control foul, of course, so no free throws for the Mustangs. But a big defensive stop by the senior, and she's not afraid to make those gutsy calls. She's averaging a 4.2 GPA, so she's smart about it. But Lyle comes back to force the jump, and they hold the arrow. Walter gets a bit of a bump from Berquist. Roberts. Now to Strofe. Roberts, deep 3. Off the mark. And Berquist let that one go out of bounds. A dead ball rebound to the Mustangs. Maranatha in a bit of a scoring drought right now. Berquist lost the ball. Lyle-Pacelli on the run, and Bollingberg with the finish. Jarnot almost lost it again. And Maranatha calls timeout to maintain possession, but the Athletics have closed a 12-point margin to 4 with 7:14 left in the first half. Listen to the student section. They're right next to us over here. And you may have seen the state tournament banners adorning the gym here. The most recent one for basketball came in 1992. Pacelli, a powerhouse in the 60s and 70s. Elise Moore, turnaround. She gets that one to drop. As we said, Elise Moore has really stepped up offensively since the opening week of the season. And she knows a thing or two about athleticism. Her father, a member of the Golden Gophers football team. Bollingberg inside, and Druckenmiller finishes the play. Druckenmiller up to 4. Payne dumps it off to Berquist. She pulls the fake inside to Elise. Her back was to the basket, but she completes another turnaround move. Elise Moore. We may call her the carousel, the human carousel, if she keeps this up. She's up to 9. Bollingberg to Walter. And she's fouled by Montgomery. It's a second on Sophia, and 2 free throws coming for Brooke Walter. This is a very dedicated and passionate fan base. I was inquired by about 10 or so people on where the highlights would be and where they can find the video, so Lyle-Pacelli, I think, excited to see their kids get some TV time. Walter makes both. She's up to 3. A pretty balanced scoring so far from Lyle-Pacelli. Bollingberg with 7, Stroke with 5. Kristi Fett is yet to get going down low. Payne for 3. Can't bank it in. Elise Moore draws the foul on Fett. 5-10, getting the best of 6-5. No, they don't call it on Fett. They call it on number 4, Christensen. Still, it was Moore who got the rebound over Fett, and longtime basketball fans know when it comes to rebounding, it's not just about height, it's about positioning. Elise Moore with 10. Bollingberg to Druckenmiller. The high-low for Fett, got it. The dime to Christensen, the layup to Fett. And a timeout is called. Lyle-Pacelli making this a 1-possession game. The Athletics called the timeout. So Lyle-Pacelli demonstrating their resilience. And now this game playing out more closely to what we expected. 5:31 left. Now coming up at halftime, we will show you some interviews that I had with Elise Moore. If you follow my work on Minnesota Prep Spotlight, I profiled Elise and her trilingual skills. She speaks English, Spanish, and Portuguese. But there's a little more to the story than what you saw on the Channel 45 program, so we're going to dig up a few more of those gems. She's a great kid and is destined to do big things. So that's coming up at halftime. Post fires, can't get the bounce, and a dead ball rebound to Lyle-Pacelli. Now you can see not a lot of space between the baseline and the wall, so players have to be careful when they're diving for loose balls. And there's some permanent baskets over here as well. Bollingberg gets it off to Walter. Fett. Walter has it again. The Athletics could tie with a three-pointer. Bollingberg goes for the tie. Almost went in. Bollingberg steps up and stops a transition chance, but Kylie Post swipes it back. She draws a foul and will shoot two. Kylie Post with one field goal. Chris Bierman calls her the best on-ball defender in the state and can dazzle you with defensive plays. One thing they're able to do this year is switch her off the other team's best defensive player without losing a beat. She makes one of two there. She's up to three, and the Mustangs lead by 4. Semi Payne getting a word from Leslie Walker on the bench. Truckenmiller, yes! 2-point game. Elise Moore, too far underneath. Right idea. And she's hit with her third foul. Tried the token reach in, and it cost her. 4:09 left in the first half. And Kendall Truckenmiller has a chance to tie this up. She's one of two thus far. These will be attempts 19 and 20 for the Athletics. And Moore will go out, I presume, for the rest of the half. Truckenmiller's short there. Walter for three. Well, it went right into Stroh's hands, and she can't put it down, but another offensive rebound. Dead ball variant. But Lyle-Pacelli getting a few chances here. And the official wiping off some perspiration. Christensen to Roberts. New player in for the Athletics. It's Danielle Hins, number 44. Stroh to Christensen. The drive is good. And Lyle-Pacelli takes their first lead since 2-0, and Maranatha throws it away. Crowd feeling it now. They swing it around. Three on the way. Christensen knocks it down. 33-29. A big run for the Athletics. Burquest was poked from behind. And it goes into the hands of Danielle Hines. Lyle-Pacelli with all the momentum. Oh, the place would have exploded again had Roberts put that down. But they hustle for the O-board. Truckenmiller got it! The Athletics take their largest lead of the game. Maranatha breaks the pressure, and a fast break bucket for Jaclyn Thompson ends the run for now. .225 left in the first half. Christensen kicks out. Strofe for three. Yes! And with every three-pointer, the crowd energy amplifies. Bergquist draws the foul before the shot. So 2 free throws. And let me confirm, is it Daniel Hines or Hines? It is Hines, I was right. Like I said, there's a perk to having Lyle-Pacelli fans sit next to you in a broadcast. Ah, I see. So Stroh's mom's right next to me. In that case, I better be on my best behavior if Stroh's mom is right in front of me. Otherwise her whole family's gonna meet me outside and it won't be pretty. No, I love having the fan support. Back to action here. Bergquist makes 1 of 2. So I don't always get this. In fact, I'm having a discussion with these fans as the broadcast is going on. You don't always get that at games. Usually I'm tucked away on top of the bleachers. Here I'm amidst the fans, the very loud fans. They've had plenty of reasons to celebrate as the Athletics take a 7-point lead. Abigail Bollingberg found a hole and punched through. The lead extends to 9. Thompson backs off, fires the mid-range J, gets the friendly bounce. Jaclyn Thompson with a couple of buckets. 41-34 in favor of Lyle-Pacelli. Bollingberg. That's Walter, I should say. And throws that over to the radio crew, but the radio crew are not eligible to compete in this game. Lyle-Pacelli trailed by 12, 20-8. Since then, a 33-14 advantage. Jarnot for 3. Missed another one. Jarnot has struggled from the perimeter today. Bollingberg off the screen, and she draws the foul on post. 2 free throws coming. And Bollingberg will be sending a thank you card to the rim after this game. Maybe she'll take it back. Meanwhile, a push foul was called on the Athletics. Both teams in the double bonus, so 2 free throws coming up here for Jaclyn Thompson. Thompson suffered a sprained ankle and a bone bruise this year. She's been dinged up. So has missed some action as a result. Hasn't scored a lot this year, just 3.7 a game and 2.7 rebounds. But now that she's back, she'll be looking to reverse the trajectory. Jaclyn Thompson with 9 off the bench, and it's a 6-point game. She's doing her part to keep the Mustangs in this. 42-36 our score. In a Saturday matinee of high school girls basketball here at Pacelli High School in Austin. Walter for 3. That one's short. And despite the hustle of Christensen, it will go to Maranatha. And Chris Bierman continuing his substitution smorgasbord. When you have a deep roster like he does, You can put in a few pieces, but Berquist throws it away. Bollingberg draws a foul on Macy Smith, the 8th grader. Well, Bollingberg, who has 10 off the bench, has a chance to add to that here. Both schools love to play at a fast pace. I was told to expect a lot of possessions today and a lot of points. Lyle-Pacelli, 15 of 24 from the free throw line. Jarnot throws up a wild shot. Moore's back in there. Has to be careful with the 3 fouls. Kylie Post with the O board. Cuts through and comes up short. Once again, Elise has to be careful. Lyle-Pacelli in transition. At least attempted to. Bollingberg lobs it. And Strofe comes up short. Maranatha with time. Post, the bounce pass to Moore, and she lost the handle. A costly miscue for the Mustangs there. Six seconds. Remember, both teams in the double bonus, so a foul means free throws. A deep 3 almost went in for Christensen. Had that gone in, might have been our play of the game. But Lyle-Pacelli comes back from a 12-point deficit early to take a 44-36 lead over Maranatha Christian Academy as we head for the halftime intermission. Both teams like to play fast, but it's Lyle-Pacelli who's been playing more consistent as of late. We'll take a break and go to some of those interviews I had with Elise Moore and crew and come back for the second half. You're watching high school girls basketball. Maranatha trailing Lyle-Pacelli 44-36.
My mom played basketball in college, and so did my dad. He played football, but since they both played sports, it was a really big part of their lives, so it became a really big part of mine.
I've known her since AAU from in 10th grade because that was the first time I've ever met her in my life, and we've just been on the same AAU teams. Right at the bat at practice, she was so kind to me and so welcoming, and there wasn't a time where I felt that I didn't know what was going on. She just kept me in the loop.
Before, she kind of expected everybody to keep up with her. Now she really is aware of her team and her friends and how to incorporate everybody where they're at.
My dad definitely pushed me to be a better player, and I think once I was on a team with people I cared about, I myself cared a lot more about the game.
We've been in student council together, and then in this basketball team, we're always constantly together because I feel like being around Elise kind of makes me a stronger person.
I've never seen Elise take a shortcut. She goes after every job at 100 miles per hour.
I think since the school is smaller, I've been able to become a better leader than I would have been at a school with 10,000 kids versus currently at a school with 200 kids in upper school, so that definitely makes a big difference.
Her ability to contact with people and build a relationship from first impressions is what has made her so successful as a leader, because people instantly build that trust in her.
Her ability to meet every single person for who they are is incredible. It really empowers her teammates to take risks and really support her in whatever we're trying to accomplish.
I think for basketball, communication is one of the biggest keys to winning and just playing together as a team. And communication is definitely something that you need to become proficient in if you speak more than one language. So it just helps me that my brain is rewired to speak more than one language so that I can continually speak on the court.
Elise regularly, whether she knows it or not, is probably the quickest person to figure out any mental puzzle or anything in the room.
Knowing that she could stay disciplined in something like learning a completely new language where I couldn't even imagine. I've taken years of Spanish, but you really have to get in touch with the culture and with the pronunciation of things to really become fluent in it.
Spanish, I grew up in Park Spanish Immersion, which was fully immersed in Spanish. And one summer my friend and I just decided to learn Portuguese since it's a sister relative to Spanish.
The languages, I've always pretended she only knows the one, so I don't have to worry about what she's saying about my play decisions in other languages. But just her drive academically is always impressive.
The hardest part has been maintaining it when I'm not at a currently immersed school. My sister also is in an immersion program, and we both had to listen to Spanish music and read books and watch movies just to make sure we keep up the correct grammatical changes and stuff like that.
Just how she can stay so motivated when it comes to getting things done. I think that's what has rubbed off on me the most.
If our kids learn how to travel the hallways, learn how to attack the classroom the way she does, that is a pretty impressive legacy.
I'm just blessed to have the opportunities I have had, and I wouldn't have changed the path I have taken to get there in any way.
And we're back at Pacelli High School in Austin, Minnesota. Second half about to get underway with Maranatha and Lyle-Pacelli, a battle of top 10 teams in Class A. Lyle-Pacelli came back from 12 down to take a 44-36 lead. Leading the way, Abigail Bollingberg with 12 off the bench. Kendall Truckenmiller has 9. Bethany Strouf has 8. Maranatha, 10 points from Elise Moore, 9 from Jaclyn Thompson, 7 from Jaclyn Jarnot. Elise Moore does have 3 fouls, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Officials are waiting for the coaching staff of Maranatha to return to position before we resume. A big game for both schools. Maranatha on a 4-game winning streak, Lyle-Pacelli on a 7-game winning streak. And a couple of the Lyle-Pacelli fans notify me that with the boys and girls basketball teams, they alternate between schools each season. So the girls are playing at Pacelli this year. The boys are at Lyle. Next year they switch places. Elise Moore, how in the world did that go in? I thought Elise Moore had a tough angle and she got one heck of a roll. But that's what great athletes do. Fett looking to go high-low. Can't do it. Goes to Walter. Now out to Fett, who fires and can't put it down from the baseline. Post with the rebound. Threads the needle to Payne. And Maranatha mashing on the accelerator again. If you recall, they got off to a fast start in the first half, going up by 12 before Lyle-Pacelli turned the tide. But this is a team that can work their way out of deficits. Payne with the block. Truckenmiller had trapped herself, and Payne was on her. Lobs to Moore. Jarnot tried to set up for 3, can't find it. Burquest can't get around Fett. And the 6'5 junior comes up with a rebound there. Truckenmiller for 3. Rims out, but nobody was on the strong side. She'll get another crack. That one's short. Payne comes in for the rebound. Burquest, the skip, look out. Post comes up with it. Almost lost the dribble. And wisely throws it up to draw the foul. That foul is the second on Brick Walter, and Kylie Post, who has just 3 points, will try to add to that total here. Kylie Post averaging 12 points a game this season, 5.9 rebounds, and 3.8 steals. And a loose ball foul is called on the Mustangs. It's on Jaclyn Jarnot, her second personal. Kylie Post having a career year as a junior for the Mustangs. Looking forward to seeing what she can do next year. Christensen to Truckenmiller. The Athletics swing it around, but Walter can't put down the three. Again, another high carom, and Maranatha overloaded the strong side that time. Fett draws a foul and will shoot two. The foul will be charged to Berquist. Kristi Fett, as we said, the walking double-double, about 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Just 4 points in the first half. Didn't play a whole lot. As we noted, a teammate of Jaclyn Jarnot in the AAU circuit for Minnesota Stars, so she was looking forward to this matchup, and there's a chance that both of them could end up with Division I scholarships in a couple of years. Fett splits there. And with Lyle-Pacelli, even if they don't have the state tournament hardware to prove it, like Goodhue or Ada Borup does, or even Maranatha from 2011 and 2012, as Jaclyn Jarnot feeds Elise Moore on the back door. The culture of winning can galvanize your team. Kylie Post with the steal, and she can't get the roll. You gotta put those in, and then a silly foul. I know you're going for the steal, maybe a little frustrated after missing the layup, but you do not want to foul 80 feet from the basket. That's the third on Post, and with the way this game is going, the last thing you want to do is put Lyle-Pacelli at the line. They've gone there 26 times, and we'll have to wait for the next play. Chris Bjorman not happy with the situation. Timeout Lyle-Pacelli. They have 2 remaining, 15:22 left in the second half, and a 2-point game, 45-43. So for the Athletics, a likely duel with Goodhue could await them in section play. And with the path that Goodhue had, where they throttled everyone in Class A en route to the state tournament, Lyle-Pacelli feels they have a good chance of getting back there. This is a school adored by the folks down here in Austin and in Lisle as they straddle near the Iowa border. And one of many examples of the hotbed that is Southeast Minnesota when it comes to basketball. Bollingberg kicks out to Roberts. Now back to Bollingberg. Drives through the hole and drains the runner. That's one way to beat a double team down low. Maranatha on another fast break, and Elise Moore goes to the line. The Lyle-Pacelli fans naturally abhor that call, but you would expect that. I think you would expect the fans of the respective schools to be partial to those schools, and that's okay. That's what fandom is all about. Elise Moore up to 15 points. She is one away from matching her season high, and it's a 2-point game again. Bollingberg. Guarded by Montgomery. And Elise Moore, how about that stop sign she put up? Elise Moore threw up the stop sign right at Bollingberg, and that led her into a traveling violation. I haven't seen a player flinch like that, and Elise Moore, not the tallest player at 5'10", and the officials waiting for some younger fans to clear. We don't want them getting hurt. But Chris Bierman told me Elise Moore is not someone he will want to take a punch from. She's a very strong post player, even if she's undersized. And there's an example, hustling for some rebounds, and Maranatha hangs on to the ball. So a combination of wit and strength. Payne for three. That's short. Rebound tip to Jaclyn Jarnot. Elise kicks out, guarded by Fett. And a 3-second violation is called on the Mustangs. 47-45. And Lyle-Pacelli turns it over on another traveling violation. And regardless of class, the unforced errors, as Elise Moore gets a discussion with the official to go over something. And Elise is never going to yell at the officials, but she may yell with glee after Brianna Smestad knocks down the three to give Maranatha their first lead in some time. That's the first field goal for Brianna Smestad in this game. Strove tripped up, nothing called, and that results in a turnover. And you can't fault Lyle-Pacelli. Sometimes that happens. Just an unlucky break. But Maranatha almost got themselves into a jam. Smestad out to Payne, fakes the three, pulls up, comes up short. The rebound will go to Jaclyn Jarnot. And as soon as she touched the ball, Chris Bierman called timeout. Lyle-Pacelli fans wanted the travel. Maranatha with 3 remaining, and they hold a 1-point lead, 48-47. As we noted, Maranatha, winners of 4 in a row, 6 of the last 7, including wins over their rivals Southwest Christian and Lester Prairie Holy Trinity. Those are their 2 toughest opponents. They will play Legacy Christian on Tuesday, and that will be the last regular season game before the conference tournament starts. The tournament that Bierman hopes to win against. Smestad, deep 3. Payne comes up with it. Usually I don't like those shots, but Maranatha getting a second chance there. Payne, threw it right into traffic. That was Moore, I should say. And Lyle-Pacelli gets the ball back. Christensen had an opening, tried the bounce pass into Fett, and that didn't work out. Jump ball, Lyle-Pacelli with the arrow, but Christensen, I don't know if she recognized that she had an open lane if she went for it. It's still Athletics ball, though. What a game. 48-47. Fett to Truckenmiller. She draws a foul on Kayla Jo Davis. And that means free throws coming. Truckenmiller with 9 points. The 5'7" junior forward. And again, this is a relatively young Lyle-Pacelli team. They'll have Fett coming back next year and Walter, so I could see another battle perhaps with Goodhue or another team down here in the south part of the state. As Lyle-Pacelli looks to get back into the state tournament. Truckenmiller gets the back end, and that will tie this up at 48 apiece. Smestad stays on her pivot. Jaclyn to Montgomery. Fett with a block. Kayla Jo Davis pokes it away from Strofe and comes up short on the layup. Jaclyn Jarnot recovers and cleans it up for the Mustangs. Jaclyn Jarnot with 9. And a foul called on Smestad. 2 more free throws for Truckenmiller. Wendell Truckenmiller, the 5'7" forward. Those games with Goodhue that we talked about last year in the section championship and their regular season meeting this year, Lyle-Pacelli had the advantage of both instances. So much like Maranatha, Lyle-Pacelli familiar with the difficulty that comes with preserving leads. And that's not to discredit the talent and wit of either school. It just goes to show you how hungry other teams are. And the tough ones, they don't fold up under pressure. Truckenmiller misses both free throws. Another rebound for Elise Moore. Maranatha leads by 2. Elise Moore, turn around again! Are you kidding me? Elise Moore with a season high, and she's running circles around Fett, I should say. And Fett may be fretting about how to stop Elise Moore here. Elise Moore stopped herself before she got hit for the foul. Jarnot tried the outlet pass. Walter was there for the pick. Here she comes, and she comes up short and loses the ball. Wow. As the saying goes, expect the unexpected. And we're getting that here at Pacelli High School in Austin. Well, this game's certainly worth the trip. Here comes Jarnot. Goes up, tries to beat Fett, can't do it. Walter, the skip, and driving and getting her way to the free throw line is Strofe. And I believe the foul will be the 3rd on Jaclyn Jarnot. It is, and that is Maranatha's last foul to give. So Lyle-Pacelli figures to shoot a lot of free throws here. These are attempts 31 and 32. And we still have 11:21 left, so I hope you didn't have any plans down in Lyle. Maranatha throws it away. Strove up to 9 points after she got the front end on the last trip. And it's a 3-point game. Jarnot will sub out for now. Truckenmiller kicks out. Bollingberg passed up the 3, and it cost her. Was looking to find Fett inside, but she dragged her pivot. An intense nail-biter developing here in Pacelli High School. Earlier in the game, the Athletics hit with a technical foul. And Sophia Montgomery slipped up. She's all right. Everyone has a laugh, and not because Sophia slipped, but because she got up and is okay. It happens sometimes, even to the best of us. But another opportunity here for the Athletics. Bollingberg to Christensen. Inside to Fett. Gets Elise Moore to back away, but couldn't put it down. Payne is skipped to Post. Post cuts to Moore, and Moore beats her again. Elise Moore with the first 20-point game of the season. 54-49. Back door's open for Christensen, no good. And a foul was called. It's on Elise Moore. That is her fourth. With 10:01 left, that will put Chris Bjorman and the Mustangs in a bind. Elise Moore has been dazzling in the paint today. But Lyle-Pacelli has struggled throughout the game at the free throw line. They've been hovering just over the 50% mark. And they blank. Maranatha loses it as Kylie Post lost the dribble, went off her foot. Chris Bjorman saying it went off an athletics player, but he might get that ruling. Or will he? No, it will stay Lyle-Pacelli ball. There was a quick discussion among the officials. And Chris Bjorman says, oh, let's go. Just claps it off. He's too smart to pick up a technical here. Maranatha gets the steal. It goes to Jaclyn Thompson. Post to Payne for three. That looks off, and it is. But Montgomery chases down the O-board. Smestad out to Montgomery for three. That's off. Smestad races in and is fouled from behind by Stroh. Lyle-Pacelli fans wanted a traveling call on that sequence. Now, Lyle-Pacelli still has 3 fouls to give. And it looks like Sophia Montgomery suffered a laceration, and she will be examined. You do have, I believe, 30 seconds to clean it up. And the Lyle-Pacelli fans not thrilled with this. Of course, any delay will not be welcomed by the home crowd, but we don't want a simple scratch to turn into something more serious. So Montgomery gets taped up, and she'll stay on the floor. That's not the worst injury she has suffered in her varsity career, I can tell you that. Long skip to Post. Goes through, draws contact on Fett, and that draws a jump out of Chris Bjorman. Chris Bjorman jumping for joy there. Still has a ways to go before he catches Super Mario. But I have never seen Bjorman jump in elation like that. It's a third personal foul on Fett, so she has to be careful here. And 2 free throws for Kylie Post. And Post has struggled a bit from the free throw line. Bjorman has yet to take a seat in this game. He rarely does when he's roaming the sidelines. Maranatha 15 of 20, 75%. Lyle-Pacelli 18 of 34. You add up all those missed free throws, well, you're looking at a 6-point deficit. Score might be different otherwise. The poke from behind, and Smestad picks it up. Maranatha putting on the pressure once more. Smestad, the lob to Payne, off balance, and she puts it in. And the Maranatha fans getting excited again. A push foul is called on the Mustangs, so free throws coming for the Athletics. 8:55 left in the second half. 57-49 our score. That's the third personal foul on Payne, and as this game continues, we may see the foul situation come into effect. At the line, Abigail Bollingberg. She has 14. Lyle-Pacelli needed that. They make it a 6-point game again. Bollingberg with 16. Davis to Smestad. Double teamed at the key, finds Jarnot, and she lost the ball. Smestad with the deflection, but Bollingberg is there and scores anyway. 4-point game. There's a photo finish in the works. Another steal. It's Walter this time. Bollingberg. Oh! She dragged her feet before dribbling, and that could be costly. But Lyle-Pacelli trying to respond. Not too often that you have a school, well, a co-op in this case, play in 2 separate gyms each season. Jarnot was fouled by Walter. The Athletics still have 1 to give. It's the 3rd personal foul on Brooke Walter. 8:08 left. Post. Drains the runner. Kylie Post with 7. Two teams looking for a statement win to add to their resume come section time. Nice save. I've got a couple of folks who are guarding my scoreboard camera. Lyle-Pacelli unfortunately throws it away, but how about that? I gotta give a thumbs up. I don't think they saw it, but that was great work. Macy Smith, the 8th grader, banks it in. So back-to-back runners for the Mustangs, and they go back up by 8. Chris Bjorman firing up his JV players. Christensen, no good. And Payne comes up with it. A chance for Maranatha to go up big. Montgomery, no. Jaclyn Jarnot, another cleanup. And Maranatha calls timeout. We've seen that on a couple of occasions today where the team on a roll calls a timeout. Now, folks might wonder, why would you do that and stop your own momentum? Well, sometimes you want to call and get things out and set up a few things for future plays because we still have a lot of time left, 7:09, so nobody has won this just yet. Jaclyn Jarnot with that last basket goes up to 11. But Elise Moore, I don't know where she came up with her post moves today, but she has no fear going up against the 6'5" Kristi Fett. Now here's another interesting thing about this Maranatha Lyle-Pacelli rivalry. They played each other on an annual basis over the last several years. Maranatha, this is the 2nd straight year they have traveled to face Lyle-Pacelli. Usually you alternate each year, but like we told you, Chris Bjorman wanted more road games to simulate hostile environments because he thought they ran out of gas last year against Goodhue in the Class A championship. They played a lot of home games, and he said, I want tougher schedules. I want more obstacles. I want this team to be battle tested. They're getting a good one today. Bollingberg, she's shifty, goes out to Christensen. Fett back in there for the Athletics, but Thompson boxed her up for the rebound. Fett is getting dominated by the smaller Maranatha players. And now Maranatha is in a favorable position here. Smith for the dagger, missed the 3. Fett with the rebound. Now they passed up a shot on their last possession, and that pass deflected. Macy Smith swoops in for the steal. Won't have the numbers to push. So Maranatha will run a set play. Payne, the high lob to Smith for 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Davis can't hit the turnaround. Rebound goes to Bollingberg. Athletics, they need to find a way to score here because they are running out of time. Well, they do draw a foul, so free throws coming. Bethany Strofe goes to the line. Lyle-Pacelli still in the 1-and-1 range. The foul is the 4th personal on Kayla Jo Davis, and here come massive subs, including Moore, Smestad, Jarnot, and Post. Remember, Elise Moore has 4 fouls. Jaclyn Jarnot has 3. Bethany Strofe could use these free throws. No good. Jump ball, Maranatha with the arrow. Maranatha, a bit amusingly, well, Jaclyn Jarnot couldn't put on the brakes. A bit amusingly, were labeled as having a slow start by CCX, used to be Channel 12. And when you lose your first 3 games of the season, including your first 2 to 3A opponents, I can understand why you might frame it that way, but Bjurman at the start of the season told me we may lose a few more games just because I set up the schedule to be hard. And Elise Moore! I don't believe it. When she had 4 fouls against Holy Angels, she didn't back down. That's the 2nd charge she has taken today. When Elise Moore is in danger, that seems to be when she thrives the most. 2 charges, 20 points, Elise Moore. What a performance from the senior. Semi Payne can't put it down, and that's on Elise Moore. She's out of the game. She tried to get the O-board and ends up pushing Bethany Strofe. So Elise Moore's out of the game. She'll finish with a season-high 20, though, and she draws some applause from the Maranatha fans. Lyle-Pacelli applauding her dismissal, although I wouldn't be surprised if there's a tinge of respect in that clapping too. Now, double bonus the rest of the way for the Athletics. So a prime opportunity here to reel in a 10-point margin, and Elise Moore no longer available. But you gotta make the free throws. Strofe gets the back end. But still, 21 of 39. And with Lyle-Pacelli trailing by 9, 18 missed free throws, you add those up, because that could be a different score here. But still plenty of time, and again, Elise Moore out of the game. So we'll see what Maranatha can do without one of their senior leaders. Smestad used up the dribble, finds Thompson. 3 on the way, bullseye! Brianna Smestad with her 2nd tray, and that's a big bucket for the Mustangs, who go back up by 12. Bollingberg kicks out, Christensen. Lobs it to Fett. Fett doesn't have more to worry about anymore. And Fett goes up to 7. Thompson for 3. That one's short. If you're Maranatha, maybe not the shot you want in that situation. You want to run down the clock. So Lyle-Pacelli with a big chance here. Bollingberg out to Christensen for 3. No good. Payne with the rebound. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Thompson fakes the 3 this time. Pass deflected. Smestad has it. Lyle-Pacelli out of fouls to give here. Thompson kicks out to Payne. Maranatha swings it around, and they're content with playing keep away here. They're going to eat up time. Lyle-Pacelli, fans urging their players to get the ball back in some way. Maranatha, they're just going to hang on to it. Now, we'll see if Lyle-Pacelli tries foul and chase here. Nope. They get the steal, but they got to go. Christensen calling it out. They want to go for Fett. Turns around and one! Recognizing that Elise Moore isn't there to frustrate Kristi Fett anymore, they fed her twice, and she's come up clutch twice. Has a chance to make this a 7-point game following the free throw. It's just a second foul on Thompson, but Kristi Fett, we haven't heard much from her today, coming up with a couple of big baskets to keep Lyle-Pacelli's hopes alive. Seven-point game with 3:10 left. Now, Maranatha will be in the bonus at the next foul, but it's only 1-1, so Lyle-Pacelli won't have to consider that, at least in this instance. Sammy Payne couldn't handle the pass, and it falls out of bounds. So another stop for the Athletics with 3:05 left. And Maranatha going to bring in a seldom seen player. It's Elena Erickson, who will take over for Jaclyn Jarnot. Perhaps a defensive substitution. Three minutes and counting. Lyle-Pacelli trying to rally back. Fett off balance, gets another bounce. Fett has scored, and a foul is called on Lyle-Pacelli. I was going to say Fett has scored in 3 of the last 4 possessions for the Mustangs, but they do lose Brooke Walter. Walter is fouled out. Walter only 3 points today. She averages 15, 5 assists, and 5 steals. So Lyle-Pacelli, who again not as deep as Maranatha, they lose one of their top contributors, and that could add to the pressure. But how about Kristi Fett stepping up in the game's critical moments here? Remember, this is 1-1. And Payne knocks down the front end. But not the back. Maranatha does not want to foul here because of double bonus. But another chance for the Athletics to close in. Davis times the pass and can't finish. Christensen backs off, waits for help. Strofe is fouled by Montgomery, and she'll shoot 2. Two big free throws for Bethany Strofe. And she may want to forget this game in terms of free throw production. He just hasn't found her groove there. He does get the back end to drop. That makes it a 5-point game with 2:22 and counting. Still a lot of time. Truckenmiller intercepts the pass. Almost went in, but 2 more free throws coming. This time it's Olivia Christensen, who has yet to go to the free throw line. The foul is the 4th on Sammy Payne. This hasn't been a pretty rally, but Lyle-Pacelli inching their way closer. Two big makes for Christensen, and we have a 1-possession game. Maranatha went up by 10, called the timeout, and Smestad loses the ball. Lyle-Pacelli can tie it here. Christensen will go back in. An offensive substitution for Caitlin Roberts, and they can tie it with a 3. The fans getting back into it now. And they turn it over. Payne with the steal. Finds Smestad for the finish. May have traveled there, but too tough to say. A big basket, though, for the Mustangs as they try to hang on to this lead. They knew it was going to be a tough one, that they'd have to grind it out, most likely. And Bollingberg keeps her dribble, attacks and scores. Lyle-Pacelli not going away. 1:41 left in regulation. 69-66 is our score. In a game both teams would love to have. And listen to that student section. Can you tell they're excited? Lyle-Pacelli trailed by 10. They were on the ropes, and they've rallied back slowly but surely. Bollingberg up to 20 points. It makes you wonder why she doesn't start for this team, but you'll take it nonetheless. And Kristi Fett, 4 points in the first half. She has 12 overall. Remember, scored in 3 out of 4 possessions to help this rally. Now, Maranatha does have the ball. Remember, both teams in the bonus, but Maranatha in the 1-1. Elise Moore and Brooke Walter are out of the game. And there's a foul on Strove. Now, Kylie Post has struggled a bit from the free throw line. It's the third foul on Strove. So Post, if she misses this, it's a big chance for the Athletics. That makes it a 2-possession game. Thompson will go in place of Payne. Chris Bierman mindful that Sammy Payne has 4 fouls. Post misses the back end. So 2-possession game, but still a window for the Athletics. Druckenmiller draws a foul on Thompson. The marathon continues. 122 and counting. Druckenmiller with 10 points. Hasn't gone to the free throw line much. And another miss. Missed free throws have to be absolutely frustrating the Athletics here. They've missed 20 now. 21. But Strove chases down the O-board, and it will stay with the Athletics. Again, Lyle-Pacelli has hovered around 55%, not a great conversion rate. Fett tried the bounce pass, didn't get in cleanly. Roberts can't knock down the 3. Jarnot looking for Post on the outlet. She gets her and 1! Kylie Post with perhaps the biggest bucket of the game. It's just the second personal foul on Caitlin Roberts, but a free throw here just might ice it. Jaclyn Jarnot chases down the rebound, and Maranatha can eat up more clock now. Less than a minute. Lyle-Pacelli has to foul now. Both teams in the double bonus. It's Jazrin Thompson, who has 9 off the bench. will try to seal this game for the Mustangs. In what has been a gritty, intense, thrilling duel between two top-tier Class A teams. This game was not going to be an easy one to win for either side. Thompson makes both. That just might do it. Mustangs up by 8 with less than a minute to go. They apply the pressure. Bollingberg finds Christensen, and this is only eating up more time. Christensen gets called for the 5-second violation. Maranatha ball, that will do it. Justin Moore's getting an explanation from the officials, but Christensen was unable to find a target. Maranatha stayed within guarding range. This is definitely a more resilient team than the group we saw just a few weeks ago when they lost to Red Lake in overtime. Bollingberg fouls Smestad. Smestad up to 8 points. And Maranatha, Elise Moore with a season-high 20, but a lot of credit belongs to the role players. Smestad with 9 off the bench, Thompson with 11 off the bench. 5 double-digit scores in all, make it 6 for the Mustangs. And it's tough to overcome that kind of balance. So Maranatha, with this win, will go to 14-6. They'll win their 5th straight, and it looks like the Mustangs, well, Bollingberg will shoot a couple free throws here, but they're inconsequential at this point. But the Mustangs, in all likelihood, will pick up another big win to add to their resume before section play begins. They were the number 2 team in Class A for some time, and then back-to-back losses to Red Lake and Holy Family dropped them down a peg. They suffered another loss to Minnesota, but I think it's safe to say after the performance tonight, they will not be underestimating anyone after building up a big lead. They led by 12 early. Lyle-Pacelli rallied back to lead by 8 at halftime. But Maranatha's balance and their ability to come up clutch when they needed it most will be the difference in this one. Bollingberg makes both free throws to make it an 8-point game, but a lot would have to happen here. And it's got to be frustrating for Lyle-Pacelli, and you saw how loud the crowd was as they tried to storm back. And again, this will be a team to keep an eye on as we move to section play. And they still have a few games in the Southeast Conference to wrap up, but sometimes it happens. You fight valiantly and come up just a little bit short, but that's all right. It's just another chapter in what has been a fun rivalry between two Class A powerhouses. Payne misses both free throws, but there won't be enough time. Roberts goes inside to Fett. Fett gets a turnaround to fall, and Lyle-Pacelli will call a timeout, but they have 9.1 left. There simply isn't enough time. So Lyle-Pacelli, this will just be their 3rd loss of the season. They'll go to 14-3. They have 3 road games, or I should say 2 road games coming up. Blooming Prairie and Leroy Ostrander. And then a few more Southeast Conference opponents. You have to appreciate, though, nobody has left. You might get that with some of the bigger games sometimes, but here the fans are staying put and supporting their brethren. That's always good to see. And you get that a lot in small school ball in Class A. Everybody knows everybody. Maranatha will let time expire. Well, not quite. Jaclyn Jarnot to the line. But in Class A, especially schools in the small towns, Lyle and Austin here, Goodhue, Ada Borup up in the northwest part of the state. They love these kids. They follow them, go to as many games as they can. And when it comes to state tournament time, a lot of these small towns will abandon their cities to support these kids. And this is a school that gets a lot of coverage in the Austin Daily Herald as well. Jaclyn Jarnot knocks down 2 more to go up to 13 points. But Maranatha grinds out a 78-70 win. It wasn't easy, but a strong effort from Elise Moore with 20 points and plenty of balance all around. 6 players in all reached double digits for the Mustangs. Abigail Bollingberg, the leading scorer for the Athletics with 22. Kristi Fett with 14. We're trying to get a word with Elise Moore and company before we call it a day here from Austin. Maranatha knocks off Lyle-Pacelli 78-70. Grinding out a tough win against Lyle-Pacelli. Elise, season high today, even though you fouled out. Just tell me, how are you so fearless? You weren't afraid to go up against that 6'5" tower and Kristi Fett.
I think it helps from playing people like Destiny, and I didn't even know it was my season high. I just want to score for my team, and I just know when I need to.
Well, that's what media like me are for, just to remind you of when you get season highs and annoy you with stats and runs and all those kinds of trends. But you go up by 12 early. Lyle-Pacelli rallies and leads by 8 at halftime. What was the locker room speech like, and how did you claw your way back?
I think our locker room speech was definitely thanks to our coach, and he just said that the reason we got up by 12 or 14 was because we were listening to his instructions, we were running the floor like he said, and then once we started trying to do our own thing is kind of when we started faltering. So as soon as we got back to his game is when we started winning.
And how did you hold off that late surge from Lyle-Pacelli? They made it one possession a couple of times, and I imagine scared you guys.
Yeah, a lot of times teams panic, but like our team just likes to give God the glory, and it just kind of calms us down, and then we look to each other, and every time in our huddle we say all in on 3, which kind of brings us back to the present.
You've won 7 straight games now. Your coach has said this team has regained its confidence and is looking like the team we saw last year that finished second in state. What is your sense?
I feel like we've never lost our confidence. There's just some times when players didn't know they need to step up, and we just as a team know now that we play for each other fully, so we just always step up for each other. When, like, I fouled out, Jaclyn here and Elena Erickson just stepped up in my place and just shut down 50, which was awesome.
And I find it amusing that you got fouled out on a little push foul when you're not afraid to go in there and take charges even with 4 fouls. So I think when you have 4 fouls from now on, you should just go for the charge every time. That seems to work out for you.
It's I know I definitely can see my coach when I take a charge. He kind of gets all nervous, and then as soon as I call it my way, he's like, whew, and then kind of calms down again. And I just know that it helps keep my team amped, so I keep trying.
Did you learn that toughness from your dad who played football for the Gophers? Or?
Tim Session, my coach from St. Louis Park, was a big factor in it, yeah.
But I'm sure your dad helped too.
Yeah, he likes the intensity.
Well, speaking of intensity, Jaclyn, you brought a lot of it, and it's a big, well, as we're going to pull the switch here, you brought a lot of it, and so did the rest of the bench. I know Berquist took over your starting slot, but just tell me, what does it mean to be back at full strength after an ankle and knee injury?
It feels great. I've been waiting for this, and I've been working so hard to get back in the game and just to be able to play full speed, and the fact that Kennedy was able to come back and replace me and go even stronger and harder to push the team, that was just great.
What would you make of the bench today, because you and Smestad chipped in when Maranatha needed it?
Yeah, I mean, we're always told from the bench, you got to come in, but then you can't go that speed. You have to go higher, and you just have to keep pushing the tempo. And the fact that we were able to step in and just help our team to keep going was just great.
6 players in double digits for Maranatha today. How do you think that balance will give you guys a boost as you finish out the season and get ready for what will be another tough run in Section 4 Class A?
I definitely think it'll help us. I feel that we all know how to move the ball and share it, and we all can contribute to the baskets and points, and that'll just help us go in further.
And how has your confidence in your game stepped up? Last year, of course, you were the hero with the putback to beat Mountain Iron Buell, and since then, I know your coach has talked about how that's really inspired you to keep going. So what did that play do for you, and how is that showing up this year?
I definitely wasn't expecting that play at the time, but after it happened, I was just so overcome with emotion, and just that moment I knew I can do better than what I had been previously doing, and I can go harder, and I can help this team win state.
And how does a person with a 4.2 GPA and knowledge of 3 languages help you out with that?
She is always helping. She is constantly telling me where I need to step up and where I need to go on the court when I don't know, and she's just helping, encouraging, and she's just great.
Well, I'm glad you guys pulled this out, because this was the 4th time I've covered you, and had you lost this one, I might have been banned from future Maranatha games. First time you've won when I show up this season, so thanks for saving my butt.
You're welcome.
We're back.
Yes.
Anyone you want to say hi to that will watch this game?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Soljan.
Hi, Kia. You know who you are.
I do hope you know who you are, and I know who these 2 are. These are winners today, winners of 7 straight, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys back at state and in another conference tournament. I know you claimed another conference title in the regular season last night, and what does that mean, I guess, quickly for you, Elise, where to this point you have yet to lose a conference game as a varsity player here?
I think for all the seniors like me, Sammy, and Tegan, it's a lot of pressure, but every time we win, we just have faith in our girls, and we know that it's a milestone, and it just helps build our confidence for state.
Well, go have fun continuing to achieve those milestones, and at least I think the secret is out. You just need to take charges and you won't foul out again.
No, that's what thank you for telling me that.
So this is Jaclyn Thompson and Elise Moore from Maranatha. That wraps up our coverage here from Austin. For our entire crew, I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for watching high school girls basketball.